The world's biggest celebrities are claiming psychedelics changed their lives, as well as Trump's pick for Surgeon General. Dr. Casey Means says it helped her find love. Now, whether that be ibogaine, magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, research suggests that these plant medicines can help treat addiction, traumatic brain injury, PTSD, and more, yet they remain illegal. Now, joining me is the head of the FDA, Dr. Marty Makary, to weigh in. Doc, happy Friday. Thanks for joining me.
You too. Good to be with you.
Doc, first off, we got to talk about Dr. Means. Now, she's a personal friend, so I recuse myself from commenting here, but I'm going to ask you, as an extremely accomplished doctor yourself, why the controversy, and do you think she's a good pick?
Well, look, she's a force of nature, and she is making very sort of broad critiques of what's wrong with our system, and that is she's calling out our healthcare system as a sickness system. And she is educating millions of people about health, something that she has described has been missing in medical education, in our payment system, in the way that the elites think about our healthcare system. And to be honest with you, Jillian, I have never heard anyone speak about what's wrong with healthcare in a more comprehensive, holistic way than Casey Means. And like many people who have deep insights as to what's broken with healthcare and why we're on the wrong path and how we need to get on the right path, people like that get frustrated with the day-to-day medical care. And in her surgical residency, near the end, she decided to switch her training from surgery to studying functional medicine, where she completed her training and went on to practice functional medicine until she became a national thought leader, New York Times best-selling author, and I think she has done more good in educating people about health than some of the latest drugs that have been approved.
Doc, much like Casey Means, you have been outspoken, you've focused on prevention and cure. So when we talk about plant-based medicines, what stands out to you as the most promising potential therapies?
Well, look, I think, Jillian, when it comes to some of these psychedelics and other plant-based therapies, I don't think we're listening to patients. I don't think the medical establishment is listening to doctors. When I listen to the individuals who have tried some of these for real medical conditions, post-traumatic stress disorder, severe refractory depression, people tell me that they believe that psilocybin was successful, it was a curative, or significantly helped their severe mood disorder. People have told me that other psychedelics like MDMA have been helpful in treating PTSD. Doctors have told me that they've sent patients for this therapy. Ibogaine has been used to treat PTSD. There are trials now looking at it for traumatic brain injury, things we have had nothing for in the past. What have we had to treat traumatic brain injury and PTSD that has really had great results up until this time? I'm not saying they're effective. I'm not saying the evidence is strong. I'm saying we have to listen to doctors who have these experiences. And this is one of our top priorities at the FDA, to listen to doctors, to listen to patients, and to make sure we don't get in the way with red tape. We want to do proper independent evaluations, but we've got to do it quickly, because many young Americans have signed up to serve their country and were sent to unnecessary wars, and they were hurt badly. And we owe it to them to do everything possible to try to seek out what might help them. And so this is a top priority for this FDA and this administration.
You bring up this FDA, but last year, Biden's FDA blocked the approval of MDMA-assisted therapy and drugs like psilocybin, MDMA, ibogaine. They're still classified as Schedule I, which, for people watching who don't know, it means there's no accepted medical use, they're highly addictive and dangerous, they're literally illicit drugs. Now, you just talked about the data being there. Why does the classification still remain?
Well, I think we have to take a hard look at everything. I think everything needs to be on the table. I think we need to look at how we evaluate and consider these medications. There are ongoing clinical trials that are going to read out sometime soon, and we have to take an expeditious and rapid review of that data. We can't say, well, our normal process is that it takes a year to give a good look at data. We have got a crisis right now. And I don't think if these medicines end up showing clinical benefit in their trials, I don't think it's a silver bullet, but we owe it to people who are suffering to do everything we can as a government to get a decision on the results as soon as they're available.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.